What's up, guys? I'm back like I never left. In this video, we're going to be talking about a GreenPower Motor Company. I'm going to go over in detail to explain to you guys exactly what is the potential and what is the huge update that's going to be coming for this specific company. We're also going to be hearing from the CEO. It's going to explain to us exactly what is the future plan for this company going forward. So if you're somebody that's interested in investing in this company, guys, you need to pay attention to exactly what the CEO talks about, guys. So we're going to see exactly CEO explaining all important information that you need to know, guys. Also, I'm going to cover a penny stock called LPCN. They have FDA related news coming out on Friday. I'm going to cover why the stock has been going down to the downside for the past few days. They had a relatively good day. I'm going to explain to you guys exactly what is the plan and how to execute your trades if you want to get involved in the company. We're also going to be going over a quick stock market recap and go over an important economic reports that can potentially affect the stock market for tomorrow, guys. So there's a lot of big reports coming out tomorrow, so you need to really be careful and pay attention to those reports, guys. I'm also going to go over a quick update on HYLIION stock on the options activity that I saw. I'm going to explain to you guys what that is. So now let's get right into the video. Alright, guys, so before we get into the video, make sure you smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions, any comments, and make sure you drop it in the comment section below, guys. So as you can see over here, GreenPower Motor Company Incorporated, which is currently trading at ticker symbol GPVRF, has been in a massive bull run for the past few days. Yesterday it was up 88% to the upside, but today it pulled back a little bit, but it's currently sitting at $2.54. So the main news that came out for this company is, as I said a few days ago, I made a video a few days ago about this company. The main news that came out for this company that drove the stock price to spike up significantly is because the GreenPower Motor Company begins US IPO rollout. So they're planning to raise $35 million in US IPO, and the company is also in a phenomenal stage right now. GP has doubled revenue while retaining its gross margin, so that is fantastic. And I'm going to be hearing from their CEO explain to us exactly their plan, what they're planning to do for the future, and etc. in a little bit. But just a hurdle that happened for this company to be rolled out in the US IPO, they need to reach a certain requirement. So for a company to be listed in the Nasdaq, the company must be at $4 or above, and there must be at least 3 market makers for the stock. So as you can see, for GreenPower Motors, the company is currently trading at $2.54. So they need to do a reverse split for the stock price to go up. So they actually have to do this pretty soon in order for them to proceed with the IPO. We're definitely going to wait for them to announce that, but guys, but now let's look at what the CEO and what this company is all about, guys.
GreenPower Motor is the only company in North America that makes electric buses for public transit, shuttle service, tour operators, and schools. That lends the firm some major marketing possibilities in a number of sectors, and early progress is evident. GreenPower has received orders from the likes of a California town overhauling its public transit system and a tour operator in British Columbia looking to go green. Most importantly, this product diversity does not come at the expense of product quality. Quite the contrary. GreenPower's buses use a so-called clean sheet design that maximizes the amount of interior space while boosting their range and durability. The company says its buses are the most efficient on battery capacity, and they can be charged at the same power stations as passenger cars. GreenPower sources its components from top-of-the-line suppliers that offer long warranties and reduce the need to hold spare parts. Add it all up, GreenPower's costs become very competitive. Here's a look at how some of GreenPower's buses stack up to rival alternatives. The company's buses generally seat more passengers, which boosts revenue-generating opportunities. At the same time, they cost less than half that of top competitors like BYD and New Flyer on a price-per-seat basis. That makes them an easy sell for agencies that want to make the switch to electric vehicles but are wary of the upfront costs. GreenPower Motor has been steadily racking up orders over the past several months, including a number of purchases from repeat buyers. The company will soon need more manufacturing muscle to satisfy its sales book, and it's on its way to getting it. GreenPower is in the midst of building a 144,000 square foot factory in the city of Porterville, California. This will allow the company to produce all of the buses on order over the next year. Chairman Fraser Atkinson joined us for an update on how construction is coming along and what the next stop is in the plan to make GreenPower a market leader. GreenPower Motor had gone from startup to growth phase, and we were just talking off air just a while ago about how that's being exemplified in your financing, in your order book, and so on. So where does GreenPower stand now in terms of your progress?
Well, a year or so ago, we had 10 orders in our order book, and today we've already delivered to 2 different customers 4 buses, and our order book is now sitting with 129 buses. So made great progress with orders, deliveries, and on top of that, been able to get a facility with the BMO Bank of Montreal of $2 million US to facilitate some of the working capital requirements. So big shift from startup to now where we're into operations and generating revenue.
Now, as you know, the electric bus market is competitive, a lot of players out there. So what gives GreenPower a competitive edge, do you think, especially when it comes to quality and when it comes to cost?
Well, I think our competitive edge is threefold. Number one, we have a clean sheet design, so that allows us to give or provide a lot of flexibility with each of the platforms that we deploy. Number two, we have both a high floor and a low floor platform, which gives us the broadest range of products, and there are certain categories that we have no competition today, which is obviously great. And the third aspect of our business is that we have a very modern vehicle. It's a monocoque body design. It's got best of breed components with our chassis and our battery design and build.
Now you're trying to tap a number of different EV bus sectors. So where are you getting the most traction? Would it be school buses and where else?
Well, I think over the next year, our biggest seller or hot topic or product is going to be the EV Star. That's a 25-foot or 7.5 meter minibus. It seats up to 20 people. It has ADA capabilities or disability for either wheelchair or mobility aids. And it really hits a sweet spot in terms of almost all sectors. Transit can use it for feeder routes or microtransit services. Schools can use it instead of a larger vehicle. You've got universities, airports, tourism. I mean, any sector you name a utilization of a bus, they can use our minibus.
Now, GreenPower has made a big commitment to California, specifically Porterville, where you've just started construction of this manufacturing facility. So is a big part of being in California the voucher program they have, or is it more than that?
Well, I think we opened an office in Los Angeles at the beginning of this year. We hired Ryan Shetterly for our head of sales, who has a lot of experience in the bus industry. And that combined with the electrification strategy being deployed by so many different enterprises. Recently, we announced a sale of our EV Star minibus to both the Port of Oakland and UC San Francisco, which is the second largest employer in San Francisco. So there's a lot of demand, there's a lot of opportunity, and as you mentioned with the voucher program, all of our buses are listed and are eligible for vouchers, which have gone from a flat rate of $95,000 last year to where they're up to $245,000 with enhanced vouchers this year. So the money's there, the market's there, and we've got the right suite of products for that market.
Now, Fraser, you touched on this a little bit with the order book, but can you give us just a general update on what sales are looking like and what kind of margins you're expecting, and just maybe a few forecasts a quarter or two out?
Well, on the sales side, we have 8 buses that we need to complete in terms of our sales to Porterville, which will bring it to a total of 10. We've just delivered 2. We have another 3 being delivered shortly, and then the remaining 5 over the next 3-4 months. We have a school bus going to LA Unified, which is the largest school district in California, and that'll be really a signature account or customer for us. We have the Port of Oakland and UC San Francisco that I mentioned for the EV Star. And then Creative Bus Sales is a relationship that we just entered into that is the largest national bus seller and distributor in the United States. And they've ordered 100 buses from us, 5 EV Stars and 10 school buses, which kind of gives you an indication of where the mix is for our products. And of the remaining 85, the majority of those will be EV Stars, the minibus, and our school bus. So we expect to see in both of those categories significant growth in our order book and ultimately the deliveries. In terms of our forecasted revenue, we see we've provided projections for our March 31st, 2019 fiscal year of approximately $30 million US of revenue, and into the following year of 2020 in the $60 to $70 million range.
Now, Fraser, we're looking at your stock here, and if you want to take a look there, you can obviously see the excitement among investors sending it higher. So would you say the markets are starting to get the story?
I think in part both the market's getting, is getting a better understanding of the breadth of our story, as well as the fact that we're getting out there talking about our story. There's a lot more to talk about over the last 6 months than we had in all of 2017 combined, and I think the market, the feedback we're getting is that the sort of the 100 bus order was a bit of a tipping point. People now are looking at us saying, okay, where could they take this company? Where could this grow?
Right. I mean, you're looking very legitimate for sure. Now, the company proposed a shareholder rights plan recently, and when you hear that, you sometimes think, oh, or is somebody knocking at the door? Are there groups or entities looking to take you out? Well, why was that brought in? What was the reason for that?
That was announced in the fall of 2017, and at that time, the board and management felt that our stock price was undervalued. There are very few players, and remain to this day, very few players in the EV bus manufacturer space. And so our concern was that, if somebody wants to have a discussion with us and potentially be a strategic investor, that's great. But having somebody independently take a run at our company that may not be in the best interest of our shareholders was something that we just wanted to prevent. So really what a shareholder rights plan provides is it ensures that there's an open dialogue, and anybody who really is interested in GreenPower is going to talk to the company.
As you saw from the video, guys, so the company really has a lot of potential. As you heard from the company, they have buses already out there on the road, and they have solid plans to expand in the future. So you can definitely keep an eye on this company, guys. But now let's move on to the other penny stock. The other penny stock that we're going to be talking about is going to be ticker symbol LPCN. So as you can see over here, the stock had a phenomenal day today. It's up 23.61%. For the past few days, the stock has been declining to the downside. Especially on August 24th, the stock dropped significantly. I did more research about this company, and I filed this Form 8K filed on August 24th, and that is filed by the SEC. So they said they're going to be planning to doing an offering of 50,000 shares. So that's why the stock definitely hit a dump to the downside. As you can see, that's why they filed that SEC filings, the 8K form. So that's why the stock really significantly dropped to the downside. But it seems like it have found support at $1.50, and they have a news that's going to be coming out with the FDA on August 28th. So we definitely can see if the stock can recover and recoup some of the losses that I had over here. At least if it goes back to $2, that would be phenomenal. So definitely keep an eye on LPCN, guys. But now let's move on to HYLIION options, guys. So I'm going to explain to you guys exactly what happened. A quick update on the stock. As you can see, the stock has pulled back a little bit to the downside. Today it's down minus 0.46%. It's at $38.70. But as you can see, the strike prices, when I made a recent video about the HYLIION stock and the options chain, specifically we're looking at the $35 to $30. We only had up to like $40. So the market makers definitely added an extra $45, $50, $55, $60 strike prices. So that is fantastic. So if you believe the company is going to be headed to $60 by September 18, you can definitely get involved in it. And if you're somebody that believes the stock is going to go to $60 by September 18, you can buy this option price. It's going at $2.45. And also, as you can see over here, the volume of these options around the $35 strike prices are also a little bit higher. We got 582. We also have for $40, we got 1,559. 1,559. The open interest is also significantly higher on the $35 and the $40. So that is exactly what the price point of this stock is right now, which is exactly the resistance point that we looked at. And just to do a quick update, guys, as you can see over here, the stock price broke out at $35 area. So I'm using the area of a support. If this stock prices can stay above the $35 area, just consolidating, and as we edge closer to $35, that is going to be fantastic. So eventually it's going to consolidate over here and then break out of the high that it has over here around $42.85, guys. So that is going to be what I'm eyeing on for the next couple of months. Definitely keep an eye on this company for the next few days. We also saw NEO add an additional 14.457%. So that is phenomenal. So if you're somebody that's invested in NEO stock, it's really going to the upside. I made a video about talking in detail what I think about this company, the future. It definitely has potential for the future to keep going to the upside, guys. But now let's look at what happened to the stock market today. Today was a phenomenal day, guys. Even though I had a position on SPO that was relatively short, it really did not work out, but the stock market just continued to go to the upside, guys, especially with Amazon, Facebook. Facebook had a phenomenal day, close to 9%, guys. That is insane. 8.22%. Amazon just up plus 2.85%. Apple is not really going up that much, but still it's going up 1.36%, because in the past Apple was the one that was leading the way, being up like 3, 4, 5% every single day. Microsoft also being up. And also the other companies that were dragging to the downside was the financial sector. Yesterday they were doing pretty good, but today they pulled back. We also have the utilities and the financials and the energy sector that was relatively down, and a few healthcare stocks also that was relatively down today. But overall, the stock market just going up to the upside. We'll see what's gonna happen, because tomorrow there's a lot of reports that we need to pay attention to. So for tomorrow, Thursday, August 27 at 8:30 a.m. we got the initial jobless claims for August 22. The previous was 1.11 million and the forecast was 1 million. At 8:30 a.m. we got the initial jobless claims, the total NSA. This is going to be for the period of August 22. The previous was 1.43 million. Also at 8:30 a.m. we got the continuing jobless claims state program SA. This is going to be for the period of August 15. The previous was 14.8 million. Also, we have at 8:30 a.m. we got the continuing jobless claims total NSA for August 8. The previous was 28.1 million. And also at 8:30 a.m. we got the GDP revision SAAR for Q2. The previous was negative 32.9%, and the median forecast is negative 32.5%. And also at 9:10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got the virtual Jackson Hole. The Fed Chairman Jerome Powell is going to be speaking, so that can definitely significantly affect the stock market. Also at 10 a.m. we got the pending home sales index. It's going to be for the period of July, and the previous was 16.6%, guys. So tomorrow is definitely going to be a little bit of volatile, guys, so just really be careful if you have any positions open, or if you want to open a position, just wait till the market close, right about to close. That's going to be the ideal price point, the ideal time to get involved in any positions if you want to open a position, just to see exactly how the stock market is going to be closing, guys. And also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions, any comments, make sure you drop in the comments below. If you want to join the Discord chat, support the channel on Patreon, it's going to be linked in the description below. You can also sign up for Webull, get 2 free stocks if you deposit $100. There's also a link in the description below for that, guys. So I'll catch you guys on tomorrow's video, guys. Make sure you have a solid plan before you get involved in any of these companies that if you're planning to trade, guys. So have a wonderful day. Let's get it for tomorrow. Peace out.